Hello and welcome to the Almost Homestead. This is going to be a bit of a different video because today I decided that I need to break one of my cardinal rules of YouTubing. I'm going to talk about politics today. And the reason for that is I see a lot of fear in our country right now. I see a lot of people who are afraid to say their opinions. They're afraid that they will lose their channel, that they will lose their jobs, that they will lose their safety. But the only way to defeat that is to rise up above our fears, for all of us to stand up and take a stand and say, no, governments should not be afraid of, people should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. They should recognize that they have to account to us for the things that they do. We should not be having to live in fear unless we are doing criminal actions. And those criminal actions should be things that hurt other humans, things that prey on people with less power. And that is the exact opposite of our situation with our government right now. And so I had really debated if I should say anything. I'm a business owner. I can alienate myself from customers. I could lose my channel here on YouTube, but I have a niece and a nephew. And I never want to have to answer to them, why were you silent? Why didn't you rise up? I can't sit in front of future generations and say, I was afraid. And because I was afraid, you inherited this political situation, this hardship for your life. I can't do that. I can't hand them the rubble of a civilization and say, sorry, I couldn't stand up for you. I couldn't stand up to save you. So here I am. First of all, I think that I should probably tell you what prompted me to make this change as far as what I'm seeing happening in our government and why I'm not a fan. I have seen in the last 2 weeks-ish so much malfunctioning. I guess it's been 3 weeks maybe now. But I have seen horrific levels of overreach by our government. I have seen things being rolled back that were here to protect our earth, to protect our health and safety. I have seen executive orders used for things to get around the laws of the land, to get around the procedures and the lawmaking processes, to get away with doing what they want without being held to the checks and the balances that the Constitution created to keep us from having a dictatorship. I have watched programs that have helped all people to be given consideration when they're looking for a job dismantled. I have seen the policies that keep us doing, looking for natural resources safely, circumvented. And I have seen so much division being sown. So much us versus them, so much just capitalizing on divisions between people, so that the rich can get richer while blaming immigrants or blaming DEI hires or blaming anyone but the rich, anyone but the people profiting off of our suffering, anyone but the people choosing to pay people lower wages so that they can have extra profits. And I am not going to stand back silently and watch it happen. I'm not going to sit back as I watch a government instill fear in its citizens, that they feel like the freedom to speak is being lowered, that they have to guard every word that they say, and they have to speak in code and talk about cute winter boots and things to avoid horrific consequences from their government. What has happened? How? And there aren't huge protests in the street. No one is doing anything. And I just can't be a silent participant in this situation. I can't pretend that life is normal. I can't pretend that everything's going to be okay. Because unless we do something, unless we stand up to the government, it's not going to be okay. It's not. So I don't know what the consequences will be of this video. I honestly don't care much, because unless someone stands up, this will only get worse. So I will be posting about some protests. My normal videos will continue. I've got several, and by several I mean like a pile of videos that need edited so that I can put them on the channel. But there will be politics interspersed. I expect my elected officials to be accountable to me. We gave them the power to rule us, and they are accountable to us for the decisions that they're making. And I expect them to understand that. There's an amazing quote from a movie, V for Vendetta, that says, people should not be afraid of their government. Governments should be afraid of their people. And I want to do my little part in the world to make sure our government remembers that. So if you need to cancel me, go for it. If you need to unfriend me, unfollow me, okay. I don't get in your face about your politics. I don't tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do. What I'm doing is telling you what I'm doing and why I'm doing that. And if that inspires you to do the same, you go for it. If it doesn't, that's on you, not my problem. I'm not here to sway you. So, if you cannot stand what I've said and the thought of me saying it again, go in peace. I have no ill will against you. I have no anger in my heart, but I'm gonna do what I think is right. And if I inspire anyone else to do what they think is right, then cool, that's awesome. Join the resistance. All right, I'm done being ridiculous. I love you all, and eat something wild, but not the Kool-Aid. Let's not drink the Kool-Aid.